UPXI is the thing that is booming right now. We're gonna go and look at that news just momentarily. Give me 1 second to go to my thumbs. Let's see what we got here. Boom, there we go. And save. All right, now let's jump over. And so yeah, UPXI is the thing that is up right now. It moved from basically $3 flat up here to, and let me make sure my mic is on. Yeah. Okay, yeah, moved from $3 flat up here to $11 in, let's see, 15, 30, 45 minutes. About 30, 45 minutes of movement there. Made a huge move. Let's go look at the news. It has 4 million shares traded on it right now. Let's go to news is what I'm trying to get to. First off, for FMO or FOMC news, they're going to be releasing the assets liabilities of commercial banks, and these things may not even, be super relative today. I don't really know. But usually I'm looking for something with like a presentation, not a presentation, but like a real big meeting or something talking about, you know, um, more specific topics. But for right now, I'm not seeing anything that's super powerful happening today. This happens every Friday. So let's go to, or I say every Friday, it happens very regularly. But yeah, let's go to UPixie. The news on them is that they are taking action against apparent stock manipulation of fractional share roundup with the reverse stock split. They also had news from 2 days ago to file a 10K on November 1st and regains compliance with the NASDAQ bid price rule. And then let's see, August, that's a little bit further back there. But yeah, more recent news are these two right here from the company. Let's go look into this one. So Upexi, a multifaceted Amazon and direct to consumer brand owner and innovator in aggregation, announces an issue affecting the company's shareholders in regard to the recently completed reverse stock split. Prior to the company's required announcement regarding the reverse stock split on September 27th, Upexi estimates there were less than 5,000 shareholders of record. Post split, 5 brokerage firms have requested roundup shares equaling approximately 199,059 shares of the company's common stock out of a total of 202,183 roundup shares. Okay, so there's a lot of share rounding up, share movement today. So we'll see what happens. But yeah, the stock is up big. As far as everything else, so I did make some changes to my setup a little bit. Over here, I did add, because I couldn't remember when I was looking at all of these indexes and ETFs and things that tell me where strength could be in the market. I was forgetting exactly what they were, like the actual tickers. So I actually put the descriptions out here, so I could kind of remember more of like what am I even looking at here? You know what I'm saying? Like over here on this window, it kind of tells me, hey, this is the crude oil. What is oil doing up today? It's up today. Vanguard stock market ETF. So basically, is the stock market up or down? The Russell 2000 is green. The industrial stocks that are in the industrial average ETF are up. The fund consumer discretionary select ETF is up. This one hasn't really moved today. It's like 0%. Select sector industrial SPDR ETF is up. The only thing that is not up today is the bears. So the Direction Daily Financial Bear 3X ETF is down on today. So a lot of bulls in the market. Of course, if we look at the market here, if we look over here to pull it up, look over here to the market. I was looking at this yesterday, and I saw that this structure was built. it had a nice uptrending structure and it broke. And now it has another uptrending structure down here and it's reclaiming the old structure, right? Now, I don't know if it's going to be able to stay up here or if it wants to go down, but we really don't have any news on a Friday to make the market move super hard. I think most of the focus is going to be on UPXI coming into the open by shorts and longs because it's up so much. I don't know if anything else is up 200, something percent that can give range. So it may be some cheaper stuff that's under $5 that's kind of moving, but this one is the range today. It has an ATR of a dot. Well, it closed yesterday with the ATR of $1.05, and I'm pretty sure that's going to be much bigger today because of the big jump. So it may jump up to $1.50, $2 in the ATR. And that can attract people when they come over and they're like, oh, this thing's got $2 ATR. Maybe they didn't see it in pre-market and they're like, man, this thing's got $2 ATR. But the thing is, for these stocks with news like that, they will explode and then they'll just slowly work their way back in. Slowly. But it'll be, when I say slow, it could be months before that thing closes all the way back down to, $1 ATR. But yeah, I was looking at the previous trading on it. So pull up the monthly chart on UPIX. And we can see that, yeah, it made its way all the way down here, $2 and something at the lows. And now it's jumped up to almost $10 up here. And we can see it did somewhat of a move like this before. From $4 all the way up to 10, kind of grinded down, and this was a whole month. So this was August, and then September grinded down, then October with another pop back up. So this one has a little bit of a history going with these pop-ups and then continuing down a little bit, pop up, continuing down a little bit. Let's go and look at what this company actually does though. We can actually look at the monthly chart real quick too. So the monthly, you can see it a little bit more clearly. Pop up, nice drop. Pop up, nice drop. A couple of little pops here, but these pops are pretty big. That's the thing. So this one popped from 11 up here to 13. This one popped from 5 up to almost 11. And then around 350 up to 8 last month. So yeah, definitely got a little history of popping and dropping. All right, so let's go look at what this company actually is here. UPXI. Go to statistics and check that float out. I'm pretty sure it's going to be a stupid low float. Float is looking like under 1 million, of course. Insiders are holding 27.48%, and institutions a very little amount of 3.119 or 3.19. In comparison, institutions to insiders are definitely holding quite a bit. Let's go to the profile of this one. And UPXI manufactures, sells various branded products in the health, wellness, pet, beauty, and other markets. The company was formerly known as Grove Inc. and changed its name to UPXI Inc. in August 2022. The company is incorporated in the company was incorporated in 2018 and is headquartered in Clearwater, Florida. So this is, I wonder, was it affected by the hurricanes? Clearwater, Florida. Let's see. Hurricane Milton ravaged one of the most popular areas for snowbirds on Florida's Gulf. Latest storm information, City of Clearwater. Okay, this website was updated October 23rd at 1 p.m. The City of Clearwater has experienced impact from Hurricane Milton and Hurricane Helene. We have completed vegetative debris pickup for Thursday's route. Boom, boom, boom. Okay, we are still shining. The city of Clearwater is working diligently to restore the beaches to the bright, beautiful places we all know and love. Here's a current update regarding the status of our beach restoration efforts. Okay, so trees down. So they did take a little bit of impact. Well, I'd say a little bit. I don't really know the details. They could have taken a whole lot of impact there. Parks and facilities have opened to the public, so they're opening back up things. Post-storm closures. Okay. Sewer overflows. Removal dashboard. Today's lows 23. Today's cubic yardage. But this was on October 23rd. And it is out here. So the yellow, I'm guessing, is where the majority of the debris was along the coast side. And this is Clearwater right on the coast. Interesting. All right, so they got a little bit of storm hits. And with them opening things up and rebuilding, I mean, I guess it could be, sentiment or something. I don't know. Or it could just be completely random that they are doing this whole stock reclaim or whatever it's called, roundup. All right, so the top there was 1180. Whoops. 1180, where's my price line? We have a point of control right here at 879 for now. And we'll see if it stays above this level or if it wants to trade below it. The NQ is going up. Up. Look at this. So this is the structure that I saw from yesterday. I actually was in a trade. I was looking for this thing to go up yesterday and it dove down here on me. And I was like, no. But then it popped back up and I got out for a $30 loss because I was not about to play with it anymore after this drop. So I bought. I saw this buying pressure coming in here. I really should have been a little bit more patient. I saw this buying pressure come in here. It popped from 264 all the way up here to 322s, and I bought. And then it dropped, boop, right on down there. And I was like, bruh, why? And so it went back down here, and I really thought it was just going to continue down, but it ended up holding up. So I should have been a little bit more patient. I saw that buy signal right there. The thing is, with a signal like that, it takes a lot of money to move the market like this. And I'm like, okay, this thing popped up 265 all the way up here to 322. I was like, man, there's got to be some buyers there, but I wasn't patient enough. And sometimes being patient will get you cooked, because if I was patient, what if it pops up here and just goes up without me? I was like, I see buying action. Let me kind of partake. But anyway, it came back up here towards this level and got this hammer candle. And I was like, I really don't know what this thing wants to do. And I was down 30 bucks at that time. And I was like, you know what? It's Thursday. I'm green on a week. I'm not going to play with this. So I went ahead and sold it. And you can see how choppy this was throughout this time period. Just chop, 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 chop. I'm trying to see something go. And I did not see that. But I took note of this point, kind of like on a trend. And it came up here during the aftermarket, traded to this level, and continues to hold this level, re-entering the old trend that was the breakdown. So it had a structural break back here and recovered that. And I don't know if it's going to hold up here or what, but I'm probably going to be looking to see some bearish action next week, because we've had 2 or 3 days of bullish action. So we'll see if any kind of news comes out that can spark some bearish sentiment. But for now, UPXI is going to be the number 1 on the day, opening the new candle right there at 10 flat almost. And the point of control is right here. So we'll see, can it cross below this point of control here at 954 and continue to pull it down, or will it be able to get back over there and trade for higher? Right now it's up 233%. Good morning, Lori Lee. What do I think about Trump related stocks before, after election? I think that DJT is going to go through the roof if Trump wins. There are people that's been invested. They invested when it was at like 13, but let me see, where is it? DJT. There are people that I saw were investing in this back here, and this was the range that I was looking in, but I really didn't know. I was like, I don't know. It was like at $11, and now we see this thing up to almost $40. So two things. One, it kind of goes back to that old adage, buy the rumor, sell the news. The news will be who wins. So if Trump comes out and wins, it's like, okay, this thing could continue. Do I want to sell? Do I want to hold? What kind of decision to make? And if they invested from $11 or under 20, they're sitting pretty good. But if they're buying in higher, closer to the news, I don't know. It could go either way. It could be a very dangerous situation for everyone coming into that. I'll definitely, I don't know, man. If I did have a very good trade in it, I think I would be sizing down into, coming into the release of the news because I don't know. And even if he does win, just the anticipation itself, the fear factor itself could cause it to dump and then recover. So either way, I think it's kind of just I think at this point it's a little late to try to get into one of those, but P Fund has been coming up too. I know P Fund was moving the first time, and then you also said RUM. Um, I don't know what RUM is, but yeah, P Fund, all of those. I think it could go either way, and I think even if it is the result that people are expecting, it could still dump. It could still dump. But like I said, if you're in a very good position, you got a little bit of that cushioning. But if you're getting in around $40. If it goes up to $40, how far can it drop? Could it spike down to $20 and then recover? Could it spike down to $20 and just stay? We don't know. UPXI though, dumping on down there. But for me, I'm just kind of on the sidelines. I'm like, my portfolio, um, it's I've collected some stocks that are consumer discretionary. Well, I got stocks, ETFs, all that stuff. So either way it goes, I'm like, I want to be in something that can be a little bit more stable when that impact happens. Because DJT isn't really a fund. It doesn't have a whole bunch of things in it. It's one stock. So for it to be manipulated, it could get manipulated heavily, for sure. So I don't know, man. We'll see. I just, I have no skin in the game, so it's hard for me to just be like, oh man, that thing's gonna, when you got skin in the game, you're like, no, no, it's gonna continue going up. It's gonna be safe. Yeah, because I'm in it. And then the train wreck comes. We got another one popping up here. ATNF up 50% coming behind UPXI. Let's go check out that news real quick. ATNF at $6. Let's see what kind of news you got over here, big boy. ATNF. 180 Life Sciences. We've seen this one before. Good morning, Donnell. We're looking through these top movers, UPXI, ATNF just popped up on the scans, which I'm looking at right now. For the press releases, last news was on October 9th. 180 Life Sciences Corp regains compliance with NASDAQ's minimum shareholders. Now, didn't it pop on that news? I thought when we saw it last. Yeah, it did. Look at this. Okay, so go back over here. This is the monthly chart. And we can see it's definitely had some turmoil and all of that stuff. But this was the pop. This is the pop that I was remembering. So it actually went all the way up to $17. Let me go to a lower time frame so I can see exactly when this happened. But I don't know if it has that kind of gusto behind it now. It's only at $6 and it closed yesterday at 388. So it popped up to right around this level here, and it was up to $18. So for it to, if we look back here, we can see that it has a history of popping and dropping, just like the other one, pop and drop, pop and drop. Let's jump back a little bit further. We can see back here. So we got one, two, little pop and drop, little pop and drop here. So it's got a history of doing that. It has 3 million shares traded on it right now. So we jump over here, we can see the top movers. And like I said, I did add the descriptions over here to these ETFs and things, so because I couldn't remember what they were. I was like, what is FAZ? It's the bearish ETFs. So everything when things are going down, it's going to be green. Right now, everything else, according to the market, is green or greenish, and this one's red. The bull FAS is green. And the crazy thing is, look at this price difference of this one. So this bullish one is $145 per share. This bearish is $7 per share. So when you think of demand and how things work, that is a incredible lean in one direction, right? And that makes sense because we've seen bullish markets year after year. Even when they have a little bit of dipping and all of this, they go up. So that makes sense that is so much more valued than the bear stock. But these are just ETFs that contain a whole bunch. They're estimated traded funds that contain a whole bunch of stocks, and depending on how those stocks inside of it hold up, that's where the movement comes from. Um, so yeah, I got all of these: the QQQ, SPY, the Vanguard, the Russell, the Industrial, the Consumer Discretionary, all of these. So I just kind of keep my eye on them because at first I was looking over and I would just get lost. I was like, what is this thing? But now that I got the descriptions, I'm like, oh, that's what that is. So we'll see where this kind of helps me gauge where the strength is in the market. And of course, the crude oil is up here, what 1%, so it's pretty much up the most on today. But yeah, let's go ahead and flip back over to UPXI, see where it's at. Got a little bit of buying pressure. The point of control just continues to move. I really don't kind of concrete the point of control until the open. Because it can change so much during pre-market. I mean, all of this trading and volume coming off. Only 7 million shares traded on it, up 225%. ATNF hit a high up here of 646 and jumped down. And remember, this is one of those that pops and drops. We have about 8 minutes to the bell, and we'll see what new things come out. But yeah, very, very interesting day. And UPXI was in that Clearwater path of Florida. So they've been doing some rehabilitation over there. NQ. Let's jump back over to NQ. So this was the structure that I saw break down at first. And my question into next week is it going to hold this previous structure that was built, reclaiming that and holding over this level? Or does it want to actually break back down under this level through these two levels and try to get back down here? Now, this point of control was from yesterday, where basically all of the volume pretty much traded, and I was using that as kind of like a central point of where to collect shares. And so as it was just funneling around here, I was adding to my position, and then it did this drop, and then it popped back up, and I was like, okay, I'm cool, looking for it to go higher, and then it dropped all the way back down there to this level. So it really just kind of just was like, bro, come on. The most that I was down was like $100, I think. And then it popped back up. And when I was only down like $30, I said, I'm getting out. I'm cool. You didn't do what I planned for you to do. And $30 is okay compared to $100 loss. So, um, you know, I'm looking to get lunch money and get on down, but this one just would not give me lunch money. Would not give me any lunch money. Right now on the month, I think I'm sitting at 75% accuracy, 70% accuracy after adding that one yesterday. So I've taken 17 trades, 12 winners, 5 losses, and there's a $30 loss. The other day I made 132, so kind of balances, whatever. But still, nice. Just taking little profits and walking on down, looking for that lunch money. But sometimes lunch money just does not want to come. I'm like, bro, just give me my lunch money, please. Um, but yeah, 70%. It's the 25th right now, so it's only about 4 trading days left. So Fridays are my worst trading day. I talked to Donnell in the Discord about this one. And of course, if you want to join the Discord, it's free, no charge or anything like that. It's where we continue conversations after the stream. And if I'm taking trades, I take screenshots of the trades and screenshots of everything, put them in there. But yeah, that's Discord, and the link is in the chat. It should be up top. But yeah, ATNF pulled all the way back here into like a 548 level. And I still don't know which one is going to take the cake today. ATNF is lower volume, but neither one of them is hitting 10 million yet. So we got to kind of see. It is about a minute 30 left until the open. And I think it can get crazy. Donnell said AXPON. I saw that one earlier. It actually popped off my scanner because it went below 5. And I don't know where it is now. I think it may still be below 5, maybe 476. Yeah, so we'll see, man. We'll see which one wants it. Now it'll pop up on my small cap gapper list for sure. Even under 5, but for right now I just focus on the things that got the range, and then it'll pop up a little bit later. So we'll see about that. Wait a minute, what am I doing? Going back over here. Want to see where this thing sits. Looks like it's just trying to rest on the $9, but we'll see what it wants to do. That was a big rip, man. That was a huge rip during the pre-market. I was just looking around. I saw this first candle, and I was like, wow, that thing came out of nowhere because it popped on my skin, and then bam, it went from where I was looking at it at $7 all the way up to 11. I was like, wow, that's a crazy move on a Friday. But it has catalysts, and that's where people are gonna go first is the catalyst, and then after the catalyst, they just trade price action because there may not be any more news drop on a Friday. Here we go on the open though, watching UPIX out of the open, and we'll see if everything else pops onto. Actually, you know what? I'm going to, yeah, let's just watch it. Has a high up here of 997, lows at 820. I want to actually restart my. Usually, oh boy, that thing jumped up there, didn't it? I want to restart my system because a lot of times at the beginning with these free broke, it's into a halt. Okay, good. So I'll restart real quick, and NQs are pumping up as well. Let me save my changes because I made changes. So save that and then exit. Okay, but anyway, looking at that, and I usually do this just to it just helps with the scans and everything just to get them up to date. Because usually if you wait, it updates every 15 minutes. I think 15 minutes. Yeah. So by doing this, I can just skip that and just get the update and see anything that is small cap or anything like that. Because the calculation don't start until after the open. All right, get her back up. Get her back up. Get her back up. Let's go. And it's crazy I have to do this, but it's a free broker, so I just don't want to have to wait on the stream. Now, if it was a Tuesday, Thursday, and I wasn't streaming, I wouldn't do this. I would just let it sit and update by itself. But since it's during the stream, I want to get the most up to date, accurate information, especially since the stream isn't that long. So just pulling it in here. Yep, there's XPun now popping up there. So we got XPun, we got a dropper CPRI, and now these will just update as they do. But XPun sitting there with still under 5, but it looks like it's coming up to 5, and it should pop back onto the other scanner over here. Let's look at ATNF as well. ATNF, big moves to the downside, the ATR lows. And right now, it's kind of like a competition between them. I don't know if XPlun is going to be able to get back over that $5 level. It hit it briefly, but yeah, I don't know. The NQ is going on a tear. It is going on a tear above these levels. So look at this NQ run. We got 20,530 there. And let me see, any news coming out on this one? Financial stocks rise pre-market on Friday. Okay, so that's pretty much the last news. So I have my news set up to basically just these ETFs. So any news that pops out about, politics or financial or whatever pops out will come here just based off of this scan list or watch list. So that's the only news I really care about. Any other small cap news I really don't care about. I go and look that up. But I want to see the overall market news. Okay, so UPXI, let's look at when that's going to be unhalting. Trade halts. UPXI halted at 9:30:29. Should be opening up at 9:35:29, so in 2 minutes. Okay. And then ATNF, are you still trading? It is halted down. So both of our biggest movers are in halts right now, and XPun has not recovered $5 yet. Looks like it's actually going downward, but I don't know. ATR high is at the 522s. ATR low is at 442. And it's kind of just sitting in indecision right now. It does have much more volume than and it had more volume than UPI, XI, and ATNF anyway, like before they got going. So I don't know. I kind of follow the volume, but this one's gonna have to get up, man. It's gonna have to do something. All right, let's just flip through. Tesla had a huge move yesterday and is making a huge move today as well, ripping from 257 over the previous day highs up here at 262. With the market going up, it is feeling itself. So I'm gonna jump back over here to, actually no, let me jump back here to NQ. And this is what the NQ is looking like, still sticking up straight in the air. Let's see what kind of levels that it could possibly run into. Nothing really obvious up here yet. It's probably going to need to trade over the weekend to kind of figure out some obvious levels. But right now, it doesn't have the bullish news that we kind of look for it to be able to break a top. But next week on Monday, it could drop some news, and it's like, oh, now I said that I was going to cut out Mondays and Friday trading, but I don't think I'm going to do it on Mondays because my Monday trading is still pretty good. It's like 64% accuracy on Mondays. It's just Fridays is like too close to 50%. It's like a 50-50 gamble every Friday. So that one's sitting at like 54% on Fridays. And but with Mondays, I'm still gonna trade on Mondays, I think. But I'm gonna trade Catalyst, trade the fresh news, and if it goes my way, great. And if it doesn't, oh well. But yeah, coming off of this, there's really no obvious point where it can actually stop up here. Could just continue to go up. The SPY and all of that is up right now. I mean, everything is up. A lot of strength here. Let's jump over to the SPY real quick. And I was kind of just looking through at the different levels created on these. And they look identical basically to the NQ, the overall market, of course. But yeah, kind of just watching them grind up. XPun has gotten over $5. Okay. Went up there and threw a top up here to the ATR high of 525. It still has the most volume right now. ATNF unhalted, but I don't think it's going to be able to compete. It is now down to 20%, so it must have dumped. Let me see. ATNF absolutely destroyed. So the two that we have on today is UPXI and XPun coming on over $5, coming back up to that ATR high. So this one and UPXI are, well, once UPXI unhalts, it should have already unhalted. It must be a 10-minute halt. Let's see. Yeah, so 35 is already passed. So it will be opening up at the 40.29 on UX, or if it's a 10-minute halt, UPX will be opening up there. But this one's got the volume though. XPun with 18 million shares traded. Look at that, right above that 5. All right. Got a point of control up here at the 531. So the majority of the shares have come in after this ATR break. ATR was at 525. And you know, the majority of the shares are right at that. People were waiting for that breakout, but is it a false breakout? Right? If we know that the majority of people bought here, you know, breaking down towards like back to 5 is going to hurt their pockets a little bit. So we'll see where the real money wants to catch this thing. Yeah, ATNF is pretty much off the radar. Going down to 20%. We're not even worried about that one anymore. All right. Anyway, hopefully you guys have been having a great week. Observing the market, you know, taking your little strips of bacon out of the market, hopefully, and getting on down. 5, getting up to these highs here. So now, whoops, man, I keep forgetting to switch over. Price level is what I'm trying to put in. So this is the previous body candle here of the 550, and it's looking like it wants to get over it. We got the ATR right here holding at 525. So my question is it going to get choppy and come back down here, or is it going to hold? This 15-minute candle will be closing in 5 minutes now, and UPXI is about to be opening at the 40 30 40 39 40 29 40 29 is about to open here. If it's a 10-minute halt, there's the snap down right there. So it's trading below the point of control now, and now it's going to have to build itself up to trade above this point of control if it can. We're about to jump over to UPXI to watch it. All right, so 39, we've got about a minute left. Got about a minute left until the open on UPXI. It is lower volume with 7 million shares traded against XPun's 20 million. So almost 3x the volume of UPXI, but it'll be interesting to watch it open. So yeah, on the 29, 40, 29, if this is a 20-minute halt or a 10-minute halt, could be longer. Let's see what happens. Right at the $10 level. Here comes the open, supposedly. There's the open, popped up. Wow. Oh boy. Okay, well, popped up into another halt from 1012 all the way up here to 1188. 300% up. And yeah, just looking like it's going to be one of those halt days today. XPun still under this. I don't know. I think UPXI is going to have to fail before XPun does anything. UPXI just covered so much ground, it's crazy. Up 300%. So if somebody was opening up their platform right now, what would they see on their scan? It probably wouldn't be XPun off the top. It would probably be UPXI, you know, and they'll be like, oh, this is halted. Let's watch this. Let's see if we can get a halt break, halt resumption, or whatever. That was a lot of room though. That's pretty big. And the ATR on this one is $1.61. So it just went from 1014 ATR high, 1017 ATR high up here to 1185. How much room is that? 1185 minus 10. Let's say 17. That's $1.68. So the ATR is $1.61, and it just moved $1.68 on that open. So What is it going to look like to the downside, or is it going to continue to halt higher and higher? We've seen this before. Xpun struggling to hold up to $5 as well. Yes, we have a Discord. Uh, the guy from Kick, VXHZVSHS. We have a Discord. The link is into the description, so you could definitely click in there, join there, and we keep continue conversations after the stream. The SPY has not dropped yet. It's still just nice and upward. Xpun getting back below 5. So now it's looking real wiki. And this is one of the things I like to take into consideration, especially on Fridays. Whenever I lose on Fridays, it is these types of stocks that is showing wicks and I just ignore the wicks. I'm like, I'll be okay. And especially when there's no catalyst. It's like, oh yeah, I'll be good. And then I wake up and this thing is halted down. And I wake up and this thing is down, or not wake up, but I guess you could call it waking up and kind of seeing the bigger picture. And this thing is at $3. That's not what I want. Especially with this price range, I'll be taking 1,000 shares for sure. So no, I couldn't do that. Right. Oh, well, I really want to watch UPXI, but I do have to get to this meeting. I'm going to. When is it going to be opening up? I wonder, is it going to be another 10-minute halt? Xpun for, yeah, that's going to be too late. Yep. Yeah. Okay, let's jump over to the NQ. See it continue to rip heads off up here. Rip all of this. And so it's getting up. I don't know how high it's going to go. But the previous highs were like up here around 20,600. And next week we'll see if it can come back down and test some things down to this side. But I mean, it could continue to grind up. I don't know. But I just need some catalyst, bro. I want to see like some bearish catalyst to knock this thing back down. But looks like it has reclaimed this old level here. It looks like that. Not saying that it's completely there. But yeah, I'm definitely going to be watching UPXI after this. And I'm going to go ahead and jump off, get to this morning meeting. Appreciate you guys for tuning in. I stream on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. And if you enjoy the content, definitely hit the like button. And if you want to subscribe, you can do that as well. But yeah, that is the recap for Friday. Not recap. The analysis for Friday, maybe. I don't know. But yeah, that's it. And the NQ is just pounding upward. Oh my gosh, bro. I mean, wow. And I would sometimes get trapped on these like this, especially when I'm looking to trade XOXL. I'll be looking for it to just continue, and sometimes it just doesn't. It's ready to pull back. And this is one of the ones that I like to trade. But today, I'm gonna have to leave that one. It's already out. You know, it's up 5%. Now it could go down. I don't know, but I just don't trust the SPY. The SPY could get very, very happy and continue to go up another $100. So, but yeah, y'all have a great weekend. If you're gonna continue to trade, definitely keep your head on the swivel. And as always, I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.